Oh hi, my nose is massive. It's back, lads. Do you want the best player on the game? I said, do you want the best player on the game? Beno Ronaldo, get D-Money. Get all the D-Monies. So if you guys want the best place to buy your coins on the internet, then go over to u7buy.com, use code Vizeh at checkout for a cheeky little discount, guys. And yeah, with that said, enjoy the video. I am so happy. I'm fucking buzzing. I am absolutely buzzing right now. Are you buzzing? I hope you're buzzing as well. Have you heard the news? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have, man. Have you heard the news? Yo, Levi, have you heard the news, bro? EA, at last, could finally be entering the gulag. Okay? At last, EA, the day has finally come that no longer will I get people on my Twitch live streams or on my YouTube comment section saying, hey Liam, hey Vizeh, I put £80 onto this game for 12,000 FIFA points and my best player I got back was Vizeh, okay, or Tadic, or Nana. I'm so happy. Finally, it seems like EA might finally get a piece of their own medicine. Now, I don't know how far this may go, but it at least means that something must change in the industry in some sense, okay? And this isn't just for FIFA. This is for every single game that has loot boxes. This feels great. It's like going back to primary school when that guy Johnny, the fucking head, gave you the wrong mattress hats. You made a deal. He said, I'll give you my Fernando Torres on the club and you give me back the players I need to finish my Middlesbrough 05-06 collection. And guess what? They give you some Sunderland players and they scam you. Well, you know what, Johnny? F you, okay? Because I've got my own back now. The amount of times you've been scammed, and it feels like finally some sort of change and justice may be given here. So you may not have any idea what I'm on about in this video, so let's just explain it. BBC put out an article which I will show in this video, going through the fact that the Lords, pretty much the government of the gambling side of things, will be actually looking at the loot box system in video games, which is huge, because if you do not think that the current pack system on FIFA is not gambling, and I think that you're actually stupid, honestly, in the nicest way possible, I think you're stupid if you don't think this is gambling. You put money in a game to open a pack which is completely random, which you have absolutely no idea what the actual pack weight is for really anything. It may say, oh, but there's a 5% chance of you getting someone good. Really? It may say there's a 5% chance of you getting Team of the Season, but what about Messi? What about Ronaldo? What about individual players? We don't know. It just says, oh, you want a blue? Apparently it's a 4.6% chance. Oh, really? I cannot wait to pack a Team of the Season Jacobson from Wickham. The current way that they do the pack system is completely flawed. So I'm not only going to be going through the actual article, but I'm going to go into a world. Imagine a world without FIFA points, or imagine the actual pack system completely changed. Imagine that. EA may be forced to give you the actual probabilities of every single player in this game, or at least by rating at least, because they definitely tweak the odds all the time. Remember the Ultimate Team of the Season pack when pretty much everyone packed Sancho? I swear the entire timeline was like 60 or 70% Sanchos. That's all everyone packed. But then they took it down and then they re-released it with then obvious different probabilities, which in fact I packed Oblak. EA do mess around with the probabilities of packing certain players in certain packs, and that is not right. That is messing with the system, and the worst part is we don't know the actual probabilities. That's what have to be changed. Let's put on my glasses here. So BBC News on the 2nd of July, loot boxes, Lords call for immediate gambling regulation. Immediate, which means that it'll be in the next few weeks that there'll be something changed within the actual system. So the House of Lords, which is pretty big in the UK at least, says video game loot boxes should be regulated under gambling laws, because it should be, because look at it. Also, what even is this controller? What's it like? Come on, what is this clap controller made? If a product looks like gambling and feels like gambling, it should be regulated as gambling. It's really not that hard to understand this. EA's got away with this because of this right here. And I like woman, don't get me wrong, but she's a bit. So this Donny right here asks a pretty simple question.
Do you consider loot boxes to be an ethical feature of your games?
If you didn't hear, he said, do you consider loot boxes to be an ethical feature? Is it ethical? Is it right? Is it a fair way to work in a video game? Is it fair, basically? Is it just? Is it acceptable? And this is a response. Now, I'll guarantee that you've already seen this, but I think it's fair to go back to this right now.
Well, first, we don't call them loot boxes. I think that was...
Whatever term you wish to apply to them, do you consider them ethical?
So
I love that he's like, yeah, I don't care what you call it, just say it. And it is loot boxes. Just because it doesn't say loot boxes in the actual video game, the entire concept is a loot box. Like, don't be stupid.
What we look at as surprise mechanics. But I think it's important to look at this. So if you go to I don't know what your version of Target is, but a store that sells a lot of toys, and you do a search for surprise toys, it's something that's been part of toys for years, whether it's Kinder Eggs or...
You can't... This isn't a toy. She's comparing this to toys, but this isn't really a toy. It's a video game, and it's not even just that, but it's also a lot of money for a toy, which you are not guaranteed to get a good toy. If this woman really wants to compare FIFA packs of toys, then let's be realistic here, okay? So let's say you open a 100k pack toy, which is worth £16, let's say, okay? So what toy do you want? Your toy, in comparison to her, could be a Ronaldo. That could be the best toy in the world, a ultra, a Nerf gun with 1,000 bullets. I don't know what kids play with nowadays, but it could be an amazing Nerf gun with 1,000 lords and shells, and that you can go pew all day. Or, which you probably will get, is a pen. I don't know, a pen could be a normal Tadic, or a normal Ilamendi, or a Murata. That's probably what you're gonna get. You're gonna get a single pencil, a pen. You know what, if you look at crayon, if you're gonna talk about toys, let's say you get a single crayon, which is a dead color as well, let's say brown, you got a brown crayon, or you get a ultra mega colorful Fortnite Nerf gun with 1,000 shells and bullets. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're comparing here. 80% of the time, you're getting that crayon, and I guarantee it's a dead color too.
The Ultimate Team in our packs is actually quite ethical and quite fun, enjoyable to people. Right. The only people which I can imagine that is ever fun and enjoyable is literally no one. Maybe say Castro on Bateson, but keep in mind they spend hundreds of thousands of pounds. I don't know about you, but I know if I would have virtual coins in a video game or a car. You go outside for an park, some reason, Randy Orton RKOs you, breaks your neck, surprise death. You know what I mean? No, you don't? Okay, well, that's fine. And in this article, there's articles within the article, and it goes into, my son spent £3,160 in one game. So this person played FIFA. Family whose children emptied their parents' bank accounts buying players in the video game FIFA. This was back in 2019. This was on FIFA 19. Now, I want to tell you guys a story right here, yeah? Which is my own story with FIFA points. And this is why you never see me put money in this game. Liam, if there's no FIFA points, then what will you do for content? Well, if you have to rely on gambling to do content, then I don't think I really enjoy that personally. Let's be real here. You can get a very good team. You can get a lot of coins just by playing the game, by trading, by bronze by method, by sniping, by playing foot champs, by playing squad battles, by playing rivals, by literally doing drafts, I guess. There's so many ways that you can make money in this game that you don't need to put money in this game. It literally is if you're lazy. You're lazy. You cannot be asked to grind the game, so you just put money in it instead. Which blows my mind. So why would you even want to put money in the game if you don't play it? I've never once put money in this game and actually be happy with it. This is my own story with FP, right? Back when I was like 13, 12, 14, back in FIFA 12, 13, 14, my dad had his bank account on my Xbox 360 back in the FIFA 13, 12 era, yes? So back in those days, his account was on my Xbox because he paid for my Xbox Live and that. So I thought, okay, well, back in the day, there was a thing called Microsoft Points. There wasn't FIFA Points, it was Microsoft Points. You can buy, I think, 2,800 Microsoft Points for, 15 quid, I believe, 16, 70 quid, I believe. Okay, so that would be able to get you, about, 7 or 8, 7.5k packs, and, maybe a 1 or 2 25k packs if it's happy hour, yes? Back when I was 13, I got to a stage where, once every, week or 2 weeks, I whacked on £15 of my dad's money on my Xbox without him knowing, because I thought, oh, well, it's only £15, £10, he won't notice, he won't notice, it's not that much, I tried to be smart with it, I was like, okay, it's not that much, he won't notice, right? I spent my dad's money on FIFA, and the best player I got back in FIFA 13, 14, 12 was an inform I think it was a Julius Caesar or Caesar from QPR. Okay, I got in form and I thought that was the sickest pack in the world. It meant nothing. It meant absolutely nothing. Okay, it literally meant nothing to me. I did that for about 6 to 9 months, and then my dad found out about a year later about the fact that he realized a bunch of transactions on Microsoft, on Xbox, thinking, this isn't me, what is this about? And I spent it on my dad's credit card for like 200 or like 250 pounds in the course of 6 to 9 months without even thinking about it. I just thought, oh, it's like 10 or 15 pounds, you won't notice, but it builds up. That is my story of me having the absolute shit kicked out of me by my dad, but verbally, by my dad. I've never been so scared in my entire life. I've never been so scared, and I deserved it. Now that is what I did. What do you think normal kids do? I guarantee you, say there's 1,000 people that watch this video, okay? Every 1,000 people that watch this video, I guarantee at least, I'm going to say at least 10 or 50% of you guys have done that. Maybe even more. That has an Xbox or a PS4 or maybe even your mobile with your mum and dad's credit card or bank account on it or PayPal, whatever. And that, without asking them, I guarantee you've paid for something without the permission. Maybe you haven't, maybe you're raised correctly, okay? Maybe you're raised correctly, or maybe you just don't bother, maybe you're not stupid. But I guarantee you that people's done that without telling their parents, and they do something similar to me, which puts a little bit of money on, and then it builds up over the course of time. I know friends of mine who spends literally about £100 every week on FIFA, and I tell them it's stupid, but they don't care because they just think that, as well, it's FIFA, it'd be useful. But then each time they never get anyone good. But instead of that one time, because one time 2 years ago they had an icon, so now they're addicted to it. Chase that buzz. I chased that one win, and I lost. And I lost, and I lost, and I lost even more money. And then I think, oh, I want to get back to that one thing, okay? Because that's like my break even. And you chase it, and that's how people get sucked in. I know people who are really bad gambling addicts, and you know what? You know what they do? No, they don't just do it on Sky Bet. They also put money on FIFA too. Because guess what? It is gambling. It's that same buzz. It's that buzz. It's not surprise mechanics. It's gambling. You may have packed someone good years ago or earlier that year, and you chase back that one buzz and you put money back on thinking, well, I got someone good then, I must get someone good now. And that is the same concept. Anyone to think that this is not gambling, then I think you are actually stupid. So boys, this has been my opinion about the loot box system in FIFA 20 and what has been going down. The Lords are going to be looking into the system, and hopefully EA are going to be clapped back. And you know what? I would love to see a FIFA without any FP. I would love it. I would love it, man, because they'll make it such a fair grounds. Let me know your thoughts down below in the description, and hopefully EA gets clapped back and sent to the gulag. Okay? Thank you for watching. My name is Vizeh. I'll see you next time.